Well, once again, it's time to do the soap of the month. Now today we're going to do a soap that really tells the story about our farm. Now this is a milk, honey, and oat soap made with ingredients grown right here on the farm. Hey friends, it's Barbara Sue at Kowalski Mountain and welcome back to the homestead. Now yes, today is the day to make the September soap of the month. Now for the first time ever, I'm going to be using my own milk in my soap. So this is a cow's milk soap and I'm super excited to try it with my very own milk. Now in addition to that, I'm going to be using some of our Kowalski apiary honey, and also this is going to have beeswax. Now this is not our own beeswax, this is some beeswax I purchased a long time ago and I need to use it. But we have a few things today that are going to make soap even more challenging. So we're working with milk. We're working with honey, so milk can burn. Honey accelerates trace. Beeswax accelerates trace. And so we've got all kinds of things today that should make this really interesting. Now let's go ahead and get started. Now as always, you want to be sure to wear the appropriate safety gear when you're doing your soap. Now you'll see I have on a long sleeve shirt. I'm going to put on my gloves, and in just a moment I'm going to add my goggles. Now for today I've pre-measured all of my oils. My beeswax, my cocoa butter, and my coconut oil are already melted and we are ready to make some soap. Now before I get much further, I wanted to tell you that today I'm using a lemon eucalyptus essential oil in my blend, and I'm following loosely the guidelines of the recipe done Ellie's Everyday Soap Making. And I say loosely because I changed the ingredients a little bit, but I did read through her instructions to make sure I had a good grasp of working with some of the ingredients I've never worked with before, one of which is the beeswax. Now we're going to go ahead and measure out this lye. Now sodium hydroxide is a dangerous chemical, so you want to be sure to educate yourself on working with lye. Now I have some links in the description box about lye safety, and I highly recommend you check those out. Now as long as you handle lye safely, it's not scary at all. So today we need 129 grams of lye. Now when we're working with milk, we freeze it, and mine has already started melting, so we've got to really kind of get going here. Now the reason that we freeze it is because the milk can scorch. Now we're also going to be adding the lye in just little bits at a time. Now to help protect the milk from burning, I also have an ice bath here underneath my milk to kind of try to keep this mixture a little bit cooler. Now lye can heat up to about 200 degrees when mixed with a liquid, so we want to try to protect this milk from scorching. Now you can see that the milk cubes are melting quite quickly actually. Now we want to make sure that all the lye is dissolved, because undissolved lye in our soap can burn our skin. So we want to be sure that it's completely dissolved here in our milk. Now when working with milk, it's a little bit harder because I can't see the lye. I'm looking for signs of undissolved lye. So I'm looking at the edge of my bowl. I'm also watching my spatula for any little pieces of lye that might not be dissolved. Now let's check our temperature. 97, we're doing just fine. Let's check our oils. So my oils are still about 118 degrees. Well, my milk mixture is only about 97. Now I just took that water out, so this is probably going to go up a little bit. We want them to be within 10 to 15 degrees of each other, and we're looking to soap at around 110 degrees. Yep, see, we're up to 94.1. Now I'm going to use this ice bath just to kind of bring these temperatures down just a little bit faster. Now if I can get this down to about 112, we're going to be ready to get started. My lye is holding out at 93.7. That's perfect. So I just want to get this within 10 degrees. Now before we go ahead and add our oils to our lye, I'm going to add some oatmeal. This is regular oatmeal that I ground up in my food processor. Now you can buy colloidal oats if you'd like, but this works just as well, and I already have it on the shelf. So we've mixed that in. 109, 93. We are ready. Now before we progress, I'm going to go ahead and add the honey. Now this is a tablespoon of honey. It's going to be added directly to my oils. So we're going to go ahead, and now we've stirred that up. We want to be prepared because saponification could happen very quickly today. Now I'm going to pour this directly over my spatula to help with any bubbles. Now we're going to mix to about light trace. I'm a little concerned about that color. I don't want my milk to burn, and that deeper color makes me a little nervous. All right, we're to light trace, so we're going to stop here. We don't want this to go too fast. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my essential oil blend. Now this is the lemon eucalyptus oil, and I've added some kaolin clay to help anchor the fragrance into the soap. We're going to go ahead and pour. And I can tell I poured just in time because you can really see it thickening up. Now my table's not level. Now, forming the soap top is one of the hardest things for me. And I have come to just really like this method. You can see how quickly that soap is setting up. All right, now I'm gonna leave it right at this. Now I do wanna sprinkle some oatmeal on top, and I forgot to bring it. So I'm gonna do that off camera, but I'll be back in a couple days to cut the soap. All right, it's been a couple of days since I made the soap of the month, and it's time to cut it. Now, there is a crack right along the top, so hopefully that crack does not permeate deeper into the soap. Now, I can see already that there's not a crack, so that's really good. Now, this soap has a very refreshing aroma. The eucalyptus is very light and not overwhelming. Really, really lovely. It's perfect. I'm really happy with this. Now, this is the first soap that I've made with my cow's milk. And I'm super excited to do that. Goat's milk does have some benefits for soap that cow's milk is not as, doesn't have the same benefits as goat's milk soap, but it's still a healthy addition to my soap. And this soap is just lovely. Well, I'm super excited how this soap turned out. Now, this had some ingredients that I've never used before, which makes it even more exciting. And I love that so many of the ingredients came right here from the homestead. The milk, the honey, all those things were produced here on the homestead, which makes it even more rewarding. Well, friends, as always, I really appreciate you watching, especially to the very end. If you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, hit that button. We'd love you to be a part of the Kowalski Mountain family. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.